camps come in and they go. Nobody's dealing with the prophecy. It's us.
You're not the only ones dealing with prophecy. The heart of heart is not the only ones dealing with prophecy. And clearly my brews are hard-hearted. And they don't want to deal with their hard heart. They don't want to deal with the fact that they're searing their conscience against love.
And now they wish they were dead. But Father ain't gonna let them die. No, he's gonna keep them alive so that they can see his us. The consciousness as the remnant within the remnant.
You're not the remnant within the remnant, bro. Yeah, you gotta have love for real. You gotta be living by the principles of love in order to be the remnant within the remnant. Like, are you serious? You are without love, bruh. You're not led and guided and motivated by love. You're led and motivated by vengeance and wrath and, like, bruh, that's the opposite of love. You got hatred in your heart. You got bitterness and resentment in your heart. You know? You've yet to deal with the reason why our God allowed this to happen to us. And you're constantly blending evil and slapping that upon our God. Yep.
This is what they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
They dwell all in our lands. They dwell all as us.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're kicking them out. It's like, what are you talking about? You've had eons.
And you've had all this time.
Great.
Yep. And enjoy the blessings. Our God allowed you time to literally enjoy your blessing. Our God allowed you to rape, rob, murder, plunder, pillage, destroy us, enslave us, literally rule on top of us, and enjoy your time frame. For a long damn time, you literally got to rule over us and be cruel to us and all of this. But now that he woke us up by way of the Spirit and gave us the clarity and understanding by way of the Spirit, and he's causing us to speak these words unto all you nations, y'all want to be mad at us and call us hateful. Y'all want to call us racist. How are we racist? How are we hateful? All we doing is revealing the truth. That ain't hate. That's truth. That's truth. Right. Of course it don't matter to you that you're ruling on top of us. You're like, forgive us, we're ruling on top of you. And like, you're hateful if you try to get back your land. Like, bro, you serious right now? Oh, goodness sakes, bro.
The celestial, the swans, January, the dawn. Since the beginning, we've been manifesting this. This is the time of our greatness. And they're not going to take this from us at all. And I know that I'm speaking for the group, okay? Let me speak for the group. They're not going to take it from us. It's not written that that's what they're going to do. So, understand, as we communicate tonight and move forward through our weeks, our days, I should say our hours, our moments, our times, our days, our weeks, our years, however long that is, just make sure that it is clear that you are on the right side. And that is the joy, that is the beauty of our purpose. Our purpose is now to do what we were supposed to do. To be still, to heal, to worship our Elohim. Everybody else who's trying to be 5 to 80 books, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what they're talking about. They're not where we are. We are further ahead than most are.
But you're not further ahead than all, bro. You still got room to grow. And you need to grow spiritually. You need to grow consciously.
We're not stunting. We're not looking for
Not just knowledgeably. Book
We're
knowledge.
looking for our King to trust us.
But with love, bro. Compassion.
The tree of knowledge.
Make compassion grow within your heart, bro. Love. You know, casting off the law of love. And I really hate to see that. I hate to see that you guys have casted off the law of love. You know?
Teaching us. And when we
Like they've equated the law of love to Christianity. Like as if Christianity has the power to destroy the eternal law of love. That's crazy, bro.
we now get to obtain our true life here on earth in our promised lands. And they want to act like, this ain't the promised land. It doesn't matter. You want to be in Jerusalem of the three parts, the so-called Roman Jerusalem? So be it. We know the history. We're no longer the mystery in our history. We now are the history.
Yep.
It is now ours.
Mm-hmm.
They have now become the iniquity within
Yep.
their own history.
They are the iniquity.
And right now,
We are the mystery of their iniquity.
reminds me of that YouTube song. It's a beautiful day.
We're the mystery of their iniquity.
And that's why tonight,
This is why the scripture says that the curses will be upon us for a sign and a wonder.
everybody,
But it's not for eternity, even though the scriptures say forever. They put that in there. But it was for the duration of our disobedience. Okay? Like, y'all act like we could never come back to our God. Yeah, y'all act like we could never be obedient to our God. Like, don't you enjoy eating the flesh of the animals? No, I quit that back in September 11th of 2019. Aren't you lustful? Don't you watch porn? Don't you do some kind of sexual immorality? No, actually, I've been celibate since May of 2021. What? I'm sure you love money. Don't you love money? Everybody needs money. I don't earn money for a living. Money ain't my God. Who the hell are you? You must be an alien. Yeah, I feel like an alien all my damn life. I haven't earned money for a living since April 1st of 2022. So, I haven't earned money because I'm not here to earn money. I'm not here to live my life for money, okay? I don't live for the reward of money. That ain't what I want to live my life for. That ain't what I was sent to this earth to do. I wasn't sent to this earth to live my life for money and or materialistic things. Bruh. I ain't gonna lie, but bruh, every time I hear this particular female, there is a disconnect within the spirit, bro, because this is abhorrent and harmful and misleading the brethren. Acting like it's okay, like literally blatantly telling them it's okay to eat animals. Telling them to buy beef because it's good for their liver. Like, bruh, do you not know what you're doing? Do you not know that you're going to be held accountable for that which you say? And you misleading people. When you misleading people like that, so the cow's life didn't matter. You have no idea what that cow experienced in the slaughterhouse or before he got to the slaughterhouse. You don't know whether or not the cow was raped. You don't know whether or not the cow lost their babies. Most likely they did. They went through trauma. They went through pain. They lived a life of misery. And then they were slaughtered. Their life is nothing but a commodity. And you're telling the Father's people that it's okay. Just go buy them so that your liver can be good. So you're literally telling people to live a life of selfishness. That the animal's life don't matter. That's dangerous. That's dangerous to teach that. And then get indignant at correction. I was timed out on this channel. Because I spoke up in the chat about how you're going to be held accountable for misleading people. You're going to be held accountable for misleading the sheep of the eternal Father Mother. Okay, we were never given animals to eat as a food source. Okay? You cannot be a spiritual people and feed on corpses. Okay? You cannot feed on pain and misery and death and claim to be a spiritual person. Okay? It don't coexist. Alright? And you're being influenced by evil spirits. Okay? That just is what it is. I'm sorry, but I gotta tell you the truth. Alright? Now, I'm gonna keep it real. Okay? My brother, I had hit it off pretty good with my bro at first, okay? He's the one that reached out to me first. Alright? I'm not trying to throw no shade. This ain't about hate, okay? This is literally correction, okay? But, bruh, when he reached out to me, it was over the eating of flesh and blood. He was intrigued, okay? And he was going to have me as a guest on his show, but that never happened, okay? Soon after that, he never followed through with that. Soon after that, there began to be other people that were regulars on his show, okay? So he began to have a whole bunch of regulars on his show. And they all seemed to be like-minded. They began talking about these feast days and all of these things. Okay, so it seemed like my brother's heart had hardened, okay, against what he heard on my channel. So slowly but surely he began to draw further and further away from me and closer and closer to certain people. Okay, there were certain people that began showing up on his channel more and more and more. Alright, then he became really close with other big channels, okay? His channel began to bloom, okay? Because this ain't no, like, bro, the only reason I'm going to mention this is so that you know my heart condition, okay? Now, when I first started following the brother, he had less subscribers than me, okay? Less subscribers, but way more likes on the videos, okay? I noticed that, all right? I just tend to notice different things, okay? So I noticed that, and I supported him. Okay, so I'm one of the ones that subscribe and on multiple accounts, okay? And like the videos on multiple accounts, depending on what account I was on at the time. So nevertheless, it wasn't no hate, okay? I don't be observing these things in order to compare myself or in anything like that, okay? I was just in one accord and in unison with my brother and, willing to help him grow his channel. Okay, showing love. Okay, I've always shown love. Commented. Okay, liked the videos. Okay, subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Watch pretty much all his videos. Okay, watch and like all of them. Even when I disagree, I still like the video. Okay, so ain't no hate, people. I want you to understand what I'm saying. Soon after, he paired up with this bigger platform, alright, this bigger channel, okay, it seemed like he joined a clique, okay? It's like he got inducted or whatever into a family, okay? But it's more like a clique, okay? It's like a clique, and if you ain't in it, you ain't in it, all right? They don't accept me, all right? I am either timed out in the chat, okay? Whatever channel I'm on, I'm either timed out in the chat or I'm just completely hidden, okay? I'm hidden from the chat, okay? You're hidden from the comments, all right? Why? Like, why? Why the persecution? What, you don't want the truth about what he said about the original diet? Y'all want to be obdurate, okay? You want to be stiff-necked. You don't want to stop shedding the blood of the animals. You enjoy eating animals. Just be real about it, people. Okay, please just be real about it. Please just be real that you enjoy the taste of your turkey sandwich. Okay, just be real that you enjoy the taste of mutilated dead body parts of chickens. Okay, just admit that you enjoy mangled flesh and blood of cows. That's hamburger. Okay? And who cares whether or not they're adding in human remains along with it? Like, bro, y'all are obdurate in your mentality and your heart condition concerning the eternal laws of love. He said, thou shalt not kill. How the hell can you eat an animal unless you kill it? Unless you spill its blood?
And the prayer that came to me was,
well, why can't you be obedient to the eternal law of love? Why do you keep rejecting that law? Why do you keep refusing to show compassion? Why do you keep hardening your heart condition? Why do you keep searing your conscience? Why do you keep making yourself an adversary against the very essence of benevolence?
and call upon Michael. We're to work in the mirror Michael. So that's one of the charges that I got for to do. Because why did he say that?
He always hated our feast days. So when you're pushing these feast days as if it's something that the God of love wants and or commanded, you are in ignorance. Okay? Because the God of love never commanded the slaughter of his innocent animals. The God of love never gave us the flesh and blood of animals to eat as a food source. Okay? No, the adversary did that. Lucifer did that. Okay, the masquerader, the one that portrays himself as an angel of light, yeah, he did that. He gave you that. So when you eat animals, you are eating at the table of Satan. Okay? And you are a carnivorous beast. Alright? A vampire. You're feeding on flesh and blood. Don't you have flesh and blood? You're feeding on a body. Don't you have a body? Don't you gotta piss and shit? Bruh. Don't you have natural biological functions? Well, so does these animals. Okay? Just because our bodies are not exactly the same doesn't mean the pain ain't the same. Okay? If you stick a needle or a pin into an animal, it's going to hurt them just like if you stick a pin or a needle into you. Okay? They feel pain. What is it that y'all can't understand? Why do you act like their pain is irrelevant? That shows your hardened heart condition. That shows that you don't reverence the God of love and compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy. When you get lots of money and you know that it's been established as the pinnacle of sustainability, but yet you have no compassion within your mentality to be generous unto a tender-hearted vessel of mercy that don't earn money for a living, but is operating in our spiritual mission. How can you possibly claim that you love and serve the God of love and mercy, compassion, like you don't have it? When you don't have those qualities, because you have the power and might in your hands to relieve suffering and misery. But when you harden your heart and you say root hog or die part, you are declaring right then and there that your God is the adversary. Okay? You literally just stamp the mark of the beast in your forehead when you do that. Okay? That's what you people need to realize. You need to realize when you choose. This is for those who have an abundance. Okay? This is for those who have might in their hands to relieve suffering and misery when it comes to not having money in this society. Okay? It's been forced upon us. It's been forced upon the tender-hearted vessels of mercy. See, the worst of the heathen knew. You know who knew? The adversary knew. And the worst of the heathen, they know there's no place for us in their society. And they prepared you to hate us. Okay? This is why we've been the most hated upon this earth. Because all of our life, we were all programmed with the same programming. Okay? It's just that I was given the spiritual clarity and understanding. I can break this down for you. Okay? But when we're all programmed that everything is all about money and materialistic things, building a successful life for yourself. Okay, everyone is striving to get a nice home with a white picketed fence. Okay, a dog, maybe a cat. Okay, have a family. Alright, have a couple of fruit trees, maybe, possibly. Okay, if your city ordinance allows it. Alright, live the American dream. This is what we are taught from as children. Okay? Where money is established as the pinnacle of the system. Is where everybody is working to obtain for themselves. Okay? So that they can be their own boss. Okay? You built a society based upon this ideology. Okay? But the meek, tender-hearted vessels of mercy that was seated here from the God of love, compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy, generosity, purity, holiness, righteousness, all things benevolent, there's no place for us in Pleasure Island. Okay, because we're the complete opposite of that. And so, our life, you demonize us. You literally make our life a living hell. We are demonized in this world. We're called lazy. So you're calling me established as the pinnacle of civilization. How the hell is that going to bring peace in this world where everybody is pining after money for a living? Everybody is trying to get a slice of the pie so that they can build a successful life for themselves. How would that ever bring about love and compassion? How would that ever bring about peace? That is the opposite of love. That's the opposite of harmony. That's the opposite of community. That's the opposite of compassion, kindness, mercy, empathy. Okay? But yet you treat the tender-hearted vessels of mercy like we are worthless because we don't have money. We don't have materialistic things. You look your nose down upon us because we're not here to build a physical, successful life for ourselves. We are the spiritual people. But you despise us for that. You despise the fact that we can see you for who you really are. You despise the fact that you cannot manipulate us. You despise the fact that we expose you. We expose the pretenders automatically by coming authentically. Just our coming authentically, it automatically reveals the false-ass reality. Okay? And all the pretenders, okay, they can't hide around us. This is what causes their hatred for us. This is what causes them to suppress us. Okay? This is why they silenced our voices all of this time. Okay? Your governments did not tell you the truth. Okay? Your leaders have not told you the truth, people. They want you blindly following them with no clarity and or understanding. And many of you are puffed up in your pride and your arrogance and you think you know something. I will know you by the fruit of your spirit. If you don't care to get to the root of the problem of poverty within society, then I see that you are with the adversary. Okay? Because why else would you not want to get to the root of the problem? Why else would you not want to deal with the root of the problem within this system? Within the economic system, because the economic system itself is fraudulent. Okay? I did not agree to live my life for the reward of money. No, I was born into this society where this was literally imposed upon me. You gotta live in this world. You need money. No, I don't. No, those who establish this monetary system are the ones that's desiring this money. Okay? I would not need money if it wasn't for them forcing this upon me. Okay? It didn't come from my God. Of course I have bare necessities. Of course I need sustenance, physical sustenance. Of course I need to eat. Of course I need water to drink. Okay? Of course there's physical things that I need. But these things were provided freely by my God with the resources of the earth. You want to be complacent with wicked mortal men claiming authority over all the resources of the earth. Now you must earn money for a living in order to obtain these resources that we're holding on to. Because we're God. Like now they're the mediator. They're the mediator between us and our God and the resources that our God provided unto us.
So I'm thinking like that.
This is how they force us to worship their God. Their God is the God of gold. Their God is money. That's why they put on the back of that money engraved in God we trust. That ain't my God. Okay? So no longer can you demonize me and call me evil. Act like I'm the problem. Because I won't earn money for a living. No, sir, no, man. I'm here to introduce the world to the ever-presence of benevolence. I'm here to introduce the world to the God of love and compassion, kindness and mercy and empathy, the God of generosity, the God of purity, the God of goodness and righteousness, all things benevolent. Evil ain't all powerful. You can't force me to serve your God. You can't force me to put my time, energy, and effort into earning money. I can put my time, energy, and effort flowing my way of the Spirit and everything that my God gave me. Everything my God gave unto me. Alright? I don't need to earn money. I am the money. And if you can't see that, that's your own problem. That ain't my problem. It ain't my problem that you can't come to the realization that humanity has been made into a commodity. Alright? We're either going to be a commodity for this false ass reality, or we're going to be the real money of the eternal kingdom. Okay? That I choose the latter. Alright? I am the money. The fact that you can't see me, hey, that's because you refuse to humble yourself like little children. Okay? I humble myself. Alright? I ain't set myself on top of nobody. I ain't set myself in authority over nobody. But the Spirit of truth has authority over any kind of mortal man-made dogmatic belief, any kind of mortal ideology. Okay? That just is what it is. I don't care what you believe. The eternal law don't care what you believe. Okay? You gonna reap what the hell you been sowing. Okay? That ain't no threat. That's a promise. Okay? Because we must learn. We have to be perfected. And in order for us to be perfected, we gotta go through fire. We gotta go through purging. Okay? That purging is reaping what the hell we've been sowing. Okay? If we sow evil, then we gotta be purged by the evil that we sown. Okay? You gotta experience what you've done to others so that you can learn not to do that. How else will you ever learn? There's been people that were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They never physically wanted or needed for anything. And all their life they were taught that they were just the pinnacle of society based upon their money and their materialistic things. Even their skin color, pale skin, European. Okay, the preferred beauty standards, American Beauty. Okay? They came out with a movie, American Beauty. It's always been Europeans.
This Captain Kirk, he was in charge of the agency.
Hell, it took them all the way into 2022, 2023 or so in order to get new skins for Sims. Ethnic skins. Because the majority of the Sims were pale skins, Europeans, all different shades but us. We got like one or two shades. We got one or two to pick from. But Europeans get all different shades of pale. All different hairstyles. We got one or two. Like, what's up with that? But it ain't been a European world? Like, y'all been blind, bruh. Y'all don't want to see it through our perspective. See, that's the problem. You view this world through white lenses. Okay? You view this world through a Eurocentric worldview. Like you are the pinnacle of society. Okay? This is why you see us as hateful. This is why you see this as hate speech. Okay? Because due to the fact that everything that you're viewing within your reality that is all about the European, is all about money and materialistic things, okay? White supremacy, okay? We rule over you, okay? As long as you want to view the world that way, you can't bring yourself to the realization that it's a false reality. Okay? You don't want to believe that. You want to believe that it's the real reality. And the only reason you can believe that is because it's where we've been forced to live. What you don't seem to understand is that when you do something by brute physical force, by raping, robbing, murdering, plundering, pillaging, torturing, enslaving, okay, all of this was built upon that, people. All of this was built upon pain and agony and misery. It was built upon atrocities. Okay? So that don't create a real reality. That creates a false reality of misery. Okay? For a certain group of people. And yeah, sure, it's been your heaven for a season. Okay? But it doesn't last for eternity. It was only allotted for a certain time period. Okay? So this is what's going to cause you to go crazy. Majority of you. Alright? Because you wanted to hold to the illusion. Okay? And you really psyched yourself out to believe that this is the real reality. And you're trying to hold on to it. Okay? As long as you can. But your time's up. Okay? You can no longer profess out your mouth that you serve and love the God of love and compassion when you have no love and compassion for us. Okay? And you have no love and compassion for us when you refuse to get to the root of the problem of this satanic ass system. Okay? When you refuse to admit that we are the indigenous people of this land. When you refuse to admit that all you nations invaded us upon these lands. When you refuse to admit all the atrocities that was done to us upon these lands. Okay? See, yes, our God allotted it because of our wickedness, but nevertheless, that which happened is not null and void. Okay? Because you got to answer for this. You got to answer for that which your forefathers have done and handed down to you. Okay? You got to live a certain type of lifestyle because of the actions of your forefathers. Just like we were born into this society, forced to live a certain diminished lifestyle because of the sins and actions of our forefathers. Okay? The thing is that we're in a time of the switch. Okay? So we're in the time of a paradigm shift. So the paradigm shift is the reality righting itself. Okay? Because we've been living in an upside down, backwards ass reality. Okay? Europeans should not be ruling on top of us for the simple fact that this is not their ancestral land. So why are they upon all of our ancestral lands acting like they have authority over us? Acting like they have the final word. Acting like it's what they say. Acting like we're irrelevant. What makes you think that that's righteous? What makes you think that you can keep treating us this way? We are the Father's covenant people. Okay? And we remember who we are now. So we are the signal that your time is up. You know, so if you don't want to hearken to all of these warnings, that's on you. Okay? Because we're not here to force anything. We don't force things. Okay? Everything within this world was forced upon us. Okay? From the moment of our birth. Okay? We don't even know. I was born in 1976. Okay? And I'm not exactly sure the procedure that the nurses did back then when you're born in a hospital, because I was born in Cook County Hospital. Okay, so I don't know what kind of medical procedures they did. Okay, they show you in some movies how they take you and they, do certain things to the newborn baby. Like sacrificing a serpent, a snake, and, putting the blood in a newborn infant's mouth. Okay? So I don't know what kind of crap they've done. Okay? Nevertheless, all of this was imposed upon us. Okay? Everything was imposed upon us from the moment that we came into this world. Okay? It was physically enforced upon us. I was forced into the school system. I was forced into the employment system. Okay? I was literally forced to spend my life earning money for a living. For over 20 years. All while I was seeking answers and being mistreated because of the questions I was asking and answers I was seeking. Okay? So anyway, people, I don't be meaning to go off on these tangents, but I be having to talk about this because it helps to heal. All right, I gotta be open and honest about what's on my mind, what's upon my heart. This causes me to not have a lot of friends, bro. I can't be around people because I live in my conscience. All right, and most people don't live in their conscience. Okay, most people live in their carnal flesh. They're led and guided by their flesh. Okay, so because they're led and guided by their flesh, they don't really have any kind of desire to talk about the real things that matter. Okay, they don't really desire to talk about things of substance. Okay, deep things. Okay, but I'm up front. When I meet new people, I let them know up front, bro, because I ain't got time to wait. I'm not trying to waste no time. So I let people know right up front who I am. I let people know right up front who I am. I don't hide nothing. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Okay? If you cannot accept me for me, then that's fine. But what's the point of, hiding who I am and, allowing people to get close to me and yet I'm not being real. I'm not showing who I really am. And then when I start to show who I really am, then they pull away because they don't grasp me. They don't understand me. You get what I'm saying? That's what it's always been. I've always been timid and kind of like reserved, not really, showing the love of who I really am. Not really being the love of who I really am, okay? Not really being compassionate, as much as, I wanted to be, okay? Saying certain things, actually, I would begin to second guess myself and think too much, I would begin to suppress, love and compassion and be a little bit more hardened because, this world was saying that was cool, and it's not cool to be all soft-hearted, okay? But now, I'm like, screw that, man. I'm gonna be love, okay? I'm gonna be love, 100%. So, I meet people, I be love, bro. I be love for real, but it scares people. Real love scares people, When you really show authentic love to people, at first they love it, but it begins to intimidate them because they're not on that level. All right, so because most people are not on that level, it begins to intimidate. People, it's like an automatic thing. You compare yourself with others. I find myself doing it every now and then, but when I find myself doing it, I literally rebuke it. I don't compare myself, but I find myself thinking, like, wow, they have certain amount of subscribers. That's not really comparing, I'll keep it there. I don't start comparing like, oh, they're doing better than me and this and this and that. Other than sometimes I find it like, bro, y'all bitching about not getting views and you got 1,000 something views. I mean, shit, imagine if you were me and you only getting like 4 and 5 views. Like, bro, y'all, at least y'all getting 1,000 views, shit, But it ain't never no hate. I'm not the type of person, I'm not a hater. I support my brethren 100%. I ain't never not liked one of their videos. If I was a hater, I wouldn't be liking, I wouldn't be adding to, the traffic on their channel. But bro, I got why so much hate against me? I'm a straight up lover. It's like the hate is because when they compare themselves to me and they don't measure up, they want to see me as a goody two shoe. They want to try to project false realities upon me and all of these things. They don't really want to get to know me. They want to sum me up on surface level. So this is the life of a chosen one, bro. Like one that's truly chosen by the God of love. Like you have to actually be love in order to be chosen by the God of love. Alright? You can't be hateful and claiming that you were chosen by the God of love. And the God of love and the God of wrath is not one and the same. The God of love won't deliver you from the adversary who is wrathful. Okay? The God of love won't deliver you because you refuse to be love. So you have to reap what the hell you've sown. You belong to who you obey. That's why, with the freedom of choice, people are not seeing the freedom of choice from the right aspect. People are seeing free agency, freedom of choice to be evil. But what you don't understand is when you use your free agency, when you use your freedom of choice to be evil, you're also using your freedom of choice to reject the God of love. Okay? It's one and the same. Okay? Because you could use your free agency, your freedom of choice to choose love. Alright? But you're not doing that. You're using it to choose evil and rejecting love.